Hey everyone, Maury Curtis Dunbar here with Painted Studios. I'm so happy to be here on a gorgeous summer Sunday. It's a Friday. Yeah, I don't even know what day of the week it is. That's how well I'm doing with things. All right, so I have loaded us up on my iPad and we're going to get going on some fun projects first. But I thought I'd take just a minute to let everybody know what's going on, which is all good stuff. Hang on, let me open up my iPad, turn the volume down, make sure nobody's listening to me on an echo, because yeah, that's boring. Okay, so first thing that's going on is that we are starting to put classes back on our schedule, which is fantastic. We are going to be doing an epoxy class where you're going to be able to pour things as well as do some canvas work. We've got our furniture classes up. We will have set days for large classes, or you can come and ask for a private class. Hey Pat, nice to see you with us. Thank you for popping in. So I just wanted to share, you see me doing all kinds of small crafty items, but what I really do is I do a lot of different things. So what I ended up doing for one of our customers is a W.C. Fields bust. Yes, he had this, it's white plaster of Paris, and he asked me to paint it so it looked more realistic. I am holding this like this specifically because I'm afraid if I hold it any other way, I'm gonna drop him. And this poor man has been so patient waiting for my hands to heal and everything before I got this to him. But I think he came out pretty darn cute. I have a feeling he's gonna be happy. I emailed him a picture, so if he's not, he can come back to me and ask me how to, ask me any questions he might have about it, or we can zhuzh it up more if that's what he wants. Hey Lupe, nice to see you here. Thanks for popping in. Okay, so I'm gonna now flip the camera down and we're gonna get on our projects. So the other day we did this frame and it's super pretty, and we used our brand new lavender carbon fiber foil on here that's so pretty, and if you look at it, it's got sort of a woven pattern in it. And then I took our Deco liquid scribble writer foil adhesive and outlined everything here. That adhesive happens to be both for hard surfaces and for fabric, and I'm looking to see if, of course, I have the bottle next to me, which I don't, which means I actually cleaned something up for a change. Okay, so all of the cutouts here are all done in the foil adhesive, which is very thin around here. If you look at it, you can see it right there. So it's more of a three-dimensional look on there. And I thought we'd just take a bunch of different tie-dye foils and kind of go all over this and see how that comes out. So I have our blue tie-dye. I'm just gonna cut down a little piece of everything. Come on, tear off. I have our blue-green tie-dye. Piece of that. Oh, that one slit off right nicely, as a friend of mine used to say. We're going to use the pink tie-dye. And we're also going to use one last foil, the purple tie-dye. Now we have a brown and gold tie-dye. It wouldn't look real pretty with this. I pulled all the colors out before I decided how I wanted to do it. And the brown gold just wasn't a good look on this. So that one we took a pass on. So we have 4 of the 5 tie-dye foils here for us to play with today. Now, if you're not familiar with foils, what we applied onto the surface is an adhesive, and foils come mounted on a plastic film, and foil has a pretty side and a not so pretty side. And it's always the not so pretty side that goes down to the adhesive. And it's because the metallization on here is only a few microns thick, and it is mounted on the back of the film, not on the front. So this is sort of counterintuitive. You sort of want to stick it down with the pretty pattern thinking that that's what's going to come off. Well, that's not. What comes off is if you stick it on the upside down side of the pattern. Look how pretty that came out on there. And this is just a little detailing. So I'm going to pull all these to the side. So clearly this stuff is sticky. I finished putting the adhesive on here yesterday afternoon, I think. And so I just wanted to come back in and work our little spaces all day today. You know, it's been drying for over 24 hours. It's still perfectly good to use. It's nice and adhesive, and it's leaving it's taking off the design, taking off the foil really well. We're getting a great release on here. Let's clip a little more so I don't accidentally get stuff where I don't want it. And as you can see, I'm just doing this with my finger. And actually, sometimes with these little, with the liquid, the Decofoil liquid adhesive, it actually works almost better that way because my hands are warm and the heat helps that. But also, if I'm scrubbing, I'm not damaging the texture I created if I'm doing it with my finger, which I could, you know, damage with doing it with a scrub brush. I don't know, did that make sense? I'm sorry, I'm trying to pay attention to what I'm doing here and give you information, and sometimes I think my words are basically just word salad. There we go, so you can see how nicely that releases on there. Look how pretty that is. So I've done a little bit of that. Now I'm gonna take let's take some of the blue tie-dye. We just used the blue-green, so let's take some of the blue. All right, where am I gonna put this here? Let's do with the little cutouts around here. And it's gonna be very hard to discern the differences in some of these foils, especially the blue-green and the blue, because we're not putting a whole lot of it on the surface. I missed a whole little spot right there because I forgot the edge. So you might not get as easy to read on some of the colors as you, and that's okay. I want that. I want it to be hard to tell how I got where I got. I'm okay with that. There we go. So we got that one, and then let's do this right here. Now hopefully we should be able to get this whole thing done during this live, and if we do, then I can go on to another one of my genius ideas that I have no idea what I'm talking about right now because I don't remember what it was. I had this great idea for the second part of the live, and now I don't even remember what I was thinking. So we're gonna push this on here. Now, just because I've done it this way doesn't mean, sorry, I gotta warm my hand up a little bit on here. Doesn't mean I could have drawn all over this with the scribble writer, gotten a totally different look on here. The bottle, and when I say scribble writer, the bottle has a writing tip on it, sort of like puff paints, if you're familiar with those. And they used to call those, when I was younger, they called those scribble writing tips. So if that's not what they call them now, that's what I call them. Okay, let's get this on here. Come on, let's go. Let's get a little nicely. And then trim off this end, and we'll do the other spot here. Now, if I had planned this piece carefully, I would know exactly where each one of these colors is going and how I was planning to use it and how I would apply it and so on and so forth. That's not what I'm doing though. I'm just kind of enjoying this, and I'm building the pattern as I go along. I'm a little more organic in my design style for this. There we go. All right, so we did that one. Let's put that over there. What have we got next? Okay, we've got our pink tie-dye. Let's see. Let's start by doing right here. Nice. We're gonna have a very subtly rainbowy kind of result from this. That's nice, I like that. Alrighty. I do have a scrub brush just in case I need it, but usually I don't. Very pretty. Now, I don't know what I'm going to do with this after I come up with all of this stuff. I have no idea whether I'm going to... I won't know until I've looked at it after I've completed it and decided if it needs more. Who knows? Maybe I'll deck it out in jewels. Maybe I'll put another stencil over it. Who knows what I'll do. That. Okay, and the next color is our purple tie-dye. I honestly don't know how this is going to look against this. It should be deeper and more vibrant, but I could be wrong. We're going to find out. You know, a lot of the stuff I do like this too shows me how the colors interplay with each other. So sometimes I'm doing this and it's a little bit of just a visual experiment to see what I like. That's pretty. Very nice. Now I know I didn't do those shapes there. Oh, I just flipped my glass beads everywhere. Fortunately, those aren't a permanent part of this. Although I may have to work them to get them off a little bit. My flat back crystals just went everywhere and I had them all laid out for me to work with. Oops. I warned you guys, if you want to watch a mess, you get to watch me. If you want to watch tidy, there are a lot of other channels. I'm the person who makes the mess. And I literally just did by flipping crystals everywhere. Oh, get off. Come on. You're like wedged in there. Since I can't get my finger in there to give it a good grab, I'm going to use the tweezers The good Lord meant them to be used. Ah, there we go. Come on, out of everywhere. I am so proud of myself for doing this. I think I'm going to get a gold star on the calendar today for that mess. There we go, off of there. Now let's try to get back to doing what I was planning to do. Okie dokie. Let's see if I can get most of the jewels out of the way too, so I don't accidentally stick them to stuff. All right, so we're gonna do that purple. I don't like that piece, it's not a good shape. There we go, a little bigger. Works just a little better for this area. Well, hello everybody. I haven't looked up for a few minutes, so thank you for Sandy and Donna and Teresa, Kim, Diane. Thank you all for popping in. And oh, there's Tressa too. So everybody's popped in, so thank you for coming. Everybody to keep me company today. Oh, that's pretty. I like this. Oh, that's coming out nicely. I'm so pleased. And then there's that spot right there. Here, that spot. Oh, I like how this is coming out. This is going to be fun. That's good. I just need a little more of the purple. There's that one. Ooh, I missed a little spot. I think I got it all, but I like to go back and check. All right, there we are. So this is, all these foils that I'm showing you today are fabric friendly, so that you can put them on clothing and stuff with our fabric friendly foil adhesives. Wow, say that one 5 times fast. But that would work, and you can create all kinds of wonderful clothing like this, as well as home accessory items and all of those kind of fun things. Okay, so now I've got those on. I still need to do here and here. So I think maybe I'm going to try going back in with some of this blue tie-dye. Let's see how it goes. That's pretty good. Let's get some more. that one, and let's take a little extra over here because there's a few spots I missed. That one, and let me meet, where's the rest of my piece of that blue-green? Here we go. And put that right over here and not have that problem because I filled in all of those other sticky spots that are right here. In here, get around the edges. And my blue tie-dye has been just a little temperamental lately. I don't know if I've gotten too cold in here where it's been sitting because it hasn't released as well. But oh, that's so much better. There we go. Got a good release there. Let's see if I can do a little better on this spot here. This might have just been the piece I had too. Might have just gotten a funny spot. That's better, much better. Oh, that's making me happy. Okay, let's put these two here. So clearly, since I am here, the movers did not come again today. So they're supposed to be at our house on Tuesday. This is becoming, it's almost becoming laughable because they keep saying they're coming and then they never show up. One of my friends actually asked me if the movers were like selling off our stuff and just delaying it to skip town. Like, I don't know. This point could be anything. I'm not taking anything off the table on that. Okay, so now I've got these. This is all done nicely. I think what I'm going to do here, I'll do pink on those. Let's do pink here. That side's done. Now we've got this side. I'm gonna have to move this because I know I've got some spots that will not get any foil from the way I just positioned this. All right, that one's done. I just need a little, do I have another piece of pink floating around? Oops. Flipping paper and foil around everywhere. I just don't feel like cutting another piece for this last little bit. So if I can avoid doing that, I will. Let's get that in here. Some more blank. See, this is why you don't throw the scraps out if you can help it, because all these little scraps still have foil on them to use for projects. This is why when you order foil from me, you might find scraps in your bag because it gives you a chance to play with some foils and stuff that might not be something you pick up right away, but there's enough foil left on the scraps for you to try on something and see if you like it to use for oh, I don't know, another project, another day. I may have forgotten to put foil on some of this adhesive on. I totally forgot to put adhesive right in here. God, I'm an idiot. Well, that'll give me a minute to show you, give me something to show you as soon as I finish up the other corners. Okay, another corner here. Now if I could just find where I put the adhesive, which is a wholly different story. So I might not be showing it to you because I don't know where the adhesive is right now. I thought it was on the table next to me when I wanted to show it to you earlier, and I was wrong about that. Okay, let's get this last corner done. So, I mean, if you, let's see, if I'm going to look at this myself, you might not be able to see, but this is, I angle the camera a little differently, and look how pretty that is with just that little bit of subtle color. And it's really hard to pick it up on the camera, but it is super pretty. I wish, if you wanted to do something either for pride or for yourself or for a kid, that you wanted rainbow and subtle, this is the way to do it because it's there, but it's subtle. And I'm sorry, the camera is just not picking up how pretty this is, but this really came out nicely. All right, let me see if I can take 2 seconds and find that writer, because if I can't find it, I'm not gonna do it, and I'm not gonna make you sit here all day watching a blank screen while I try to find it. So give me 2 seconds. If it's not where I think it is, there it is. I got it. I found it. I'm like, whew, something was right where I thought it was. Okay, this is the foil adhesive we use. This is our Deco liquid foil adhesive, and it has what I have been calling one of these little scribble writer tabs. These were common when you used to use a lot of puff paint, and you clip the tip and you just write on your surface with it. Once this turns clear, you're ready to go. Now, I got a big blob on there that I'm not happy with, so I'm going to show you also how I clean it up. Now, just so you know, this cap has a little circle thing right in the middle, in the bottom, so that you can clip it on. It seals your cap airtight, and then store your adhesive upside down, because otherwise what happens is you get a little crusty buildup in the tip and you have to pry it out. Now let's see if I can find my other tool that I'm looking for. Here it is, right next to me. So I got kind of a blob. Let's zoom this in a little bit. Okay, so I got kind of a blob right in here, and I'm not happy with it. So I have these little silicone sticks that I got for mixing epoxy, but I never use them for that. I end up using them for other things. And I come in here with the silicone stick and clean up that edge. And I can even take it off on my finger if I need to, because then I basically just erased all the adhesive I put right there. And I can go back in with this little tool and put the adhesive where it's supposed to be instead of where I accidentally squirted it. And there you go. That's how you do stuff like that. So you clean up the edges with all of this. It works perfectly. You can use, of course, a popsicle stick or a tweezer or any other tool. Heck, I've used the back end of a paintbrush from time to time. But having this little kind of tool, and I got mine on Amazon or something similar to it, like a little clay sculptor thing, helps you clean up the lines of the adhesive so it's a little tidier. All right, so that's gonna go to the side. I'm gonna flip my camera up. Okay, and zoom out a little so we're not looking up my nose. That's what I keep saying I'm gonna do. There we go. All right, everyone. So thank you for popping in on a Friday afternoon. I hope you have a great weekend planned. I will be back again tomorrow, and we'll do some more fun projects. All right, everybody, have a great night. Thanks for coming in. Bye-bye.